Hello again, baseball fans, and welcome to another exciting game on the Apba Baseball Master Game here on the Tigerbob Broadcasting Network. Today we have Game 4 of the 2011 World Series, Sunday night in Arlington, Texas. St. Louis comes to Texas, Texas leading the series 2-1. Game 1, C.J. Wilson pitched a heck of a game. Texas won that one 1-0. St. Louis come back in Game 2, even the series at 1 apiece. And then in Game 3, Texas took that one 8-4. As St. Louis, they had 7 errors in a very sloppy played game. And now we are ready for Game 4. Today we got Edwin Jackson pitching for St. Louis against Holland pitching for Texas. Almost ready for first pitch. The ballpark is filling up, and we'll go down the visiting batting order for the St. Louis Cardinals. Leading off will be the shortstop, Rafael Furcal, batting number 2 in right field. Alan Craig, third at first base. Albert Pujols, cleanup hitter. Left fielder, Matt Holiday, batting 5th at DH. Lance Berkman, 6th, the third baseman David Freese. 7th, the catcher Yadier Molina. 8th, playing center field John Jay. And batting 9th will be the second baseman Nick Punto. We have this ball game here is in the American League Park. The American League won the All-Star game, so there will be DHs in the American League Park. And pitching for Texas will be the left-hander from Newark, Ohio, Holland. He was 16-5 on the regular season with a 3.95 earned run average. He is a grade 11. He has a Y, and he has a really good move to first base, +3. Umpire today will be Ron Kupla. He'll be the home plate umpire. He's going to call the balls and strikes, and he hollers, "Play ball!" And we're ready to play as Rafael Furcal steps in the batter's box. And Furcal is hitting .077 so far in the series. He is 1 for 13. And St. Louis, as a team, is hitting .217. They have scored 5 runs and 1 home run so far in the first 3 games. So we're looking for this game here, maybe to see some offense get going by both teams. Furcal's in the batter's box, and here's the first pitch of the game from Holland. 25 is a 9 off the lefty. Furcal's a -2. The 11 becomes a 13, and the 9 is a single. Left field. And Furcal starts the game off with a base hit for St. Louis. He's a D25. So he cannot steal yet. Maybe with... D's can only steal with 1 or 2 outs. So up steps Alan Craig to the set for Holland. And the delivery to Craig. 54-32. Fly ball. Medium depth. Cruz under it. Makes the catch. First out of the game. So happy you're here. Hope you can stick around for a while and enjoy some Apba Master Game Baseball here on the Tigerbob Broadcasting Network. Now batting is the legendary first baseman Albert Pujols. Holland to the set. He delivers. Pujols is going to hit and run. 65 is a 35 on a hit and run. That'll be the catcher number. The catcher, Napoli's a 7. Snake eyes on the dice roll. Put him in fielding 1. Hit and run. Strike, runner out stealing. So they tried to make something happen here. And Napoli guns him out at second base. So now we got 2 outs. Pujols up. 56-34. Y-man struck him out. And that is it for St. Louis in the first inning. They get a base runner. They cannot score. And we're going to the bottom of the first. Scoreless. Edwin Jackson on the mound warming up. And we'll go down to Texas batting order. Leading off, second baseman Ian Kinsler. Batting second, the shortstop Elvis Andrus. Center fielder Josh Hamilton. Batting third. DH Mike Young, the cleanup hitter. Batting 5th, Adrian Beltre, shortstop. 6th, Nelson Cruz in right field. 7th, David Murphy, left field. 8th, Mike Napoli doing the catching today. And batting ninth, playing first base, will be Mitch Moreland. And they're going up against Edwin Jackson. He is from West Germany. He's a grade 10 pitcher. He has the Y, home run letter of a G. He was 12-9 on the regular season with a 3.79 earned run average. Kinsler in the batter's box. Jackson. The windup and delivers to Kinsler. 25 is a 9 off the right-hander. Kinsler's a -2. 10 goes to a 12. A 12 off the grade 9 is going to be the out. That's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman. That is grabbed by Freeze over to first. 1 up and 1 away in the Texas first inning. Now batting is the shortstop, Elvis Andrus. He is 0 for 11 so far. Has to get something going here. 65, 35, high chopper, third base. Freeze grabs it over to first. 2 up and 2 away. Now coming up the bat is Josh Hamilton. He is 4 for 13 so far, hitting .308, and he has 2 doubles. Jackson, the right-hander, pitching to the left-hander. Hamilton, 22 is a 6. That ball's hit hard. That ball is right down the first baseline. And Hamilton, he's pulling to second base with a double. So a 2-out double by Hamilton, and Texas has a runner on second base. And up steps the cleanup hitter, Mike Young, right-hand hitter, righty on righty, 32, 26. With 2 outs, 26, fly out center field. That is it for Texas in the first inning. They had 1 base runner. They cannot score. And we're going to the second inning, 0-0. Leading off will be the cleanup hitter for St. Louis, Holiday, 1 for 11. It was a double. Holland. The Holiday, 62, 22. Catcher number, 66. On the catcher number, we'll put that on fielding 3. First on air, the catcher fumbles the bunt. Or the chopper. It was a little, kind of looked like a bunt little chopper. Right out in front of home plate. And Napoli cannot handle it. So here we go. Is that going to start the air train up again? As the last game we had 9 airs, so Holiday's on first base. He's a R26 stealing, and up steps the big Puma. Berkman, 4 for 11 so far. He does have one of the home runs for St. Louis. Here's the pitch to Berkman. 45 is a 14. That ball is up high, and Berkman's going to get a walk. So an air and a walk. 2 guys on for St. Louis, and up steps the third baseman from Corpus Christi, Texas, David Freeze. Holland to the set. He delivers. 32-26. Pops it up on the infield. Kinsler on the edge of the outfield dirt under it. Makes the catch. The first out of the inning. And up steps Yadier Molina. He has 4 hits so far. He's actually hitting .444 as he is 4 for 9. Holland to the set. He delivers to Molina. 36-14. Oh! He glares at the umpire. Umpire says, ball 4. And now the bases are loaded with Cardinals here in the top of the second inning. And up steps the center fielder, Johnny J. He has 2 hits in the World Series so far. We got a lefty on lefty. Here's the pitch to J. 33 is a 0. 53 is a 6 with the bases loaded. So the 6 on a double column card turns into a 4, and a 4 is a double to left center. The hit number is 42. So on the double, Holiday is in the score, Berkman's going to score, and Molina, he's very slow. He's an S2. He's going to stop at third base. So St. Louis in the top of the second inning puts up a 2 spot, and they're up 2-0. There's still 1 out, and up steps Nick Punto. And Texas is going to play the infield deep. 33 is a 0. 14 is a 6. That ball's right down the left field line in the corner. Another hit. Molina scores. Jay scores. Punto pulls into second base. St. Louis with a 4-0 lead here. Second inning action. And they got to talk to the pitcher. Holland trying to settle down. Up steps Furcal. Man on second base. 1 out. Here's the pitch from Holland to Furcal. 52-27. Why, man? Struck him out. Finally, the second out of the inning. And now batting is Alan Craig. Right-hand hitter from Mission Vale, California. Here's the pitch from Holland. 51. 51 is an 8. Off the lefty. He's a +2. That ball's going to be a base hit. An 8 off the grade 9 pitcher. Single over second base. The hit number is going to be a 60 to center. And the fast Punto is going to score easily. We have a 5-0 lead. And we got a pitching change early in the game here. As St. Louis has put up 5 runs here in the second inning. So coming in a pitch for Texas here in the second inning will be Alexa Ogando. He was a starter in the regular season, made a couple relief appearances. He is from San Pedro, Dominican Republic. He's a grade 11. He has a Y and a Z and a move to first, a +2. First batter he'll face is Albert Pujols, the 9th guy to bat this inning. So we got a man on first, 2 outs. Up steps Pujols. Ogando to the set. He delivers to Pujols, 12-25. Ground ball, second baseman. Kinsler flips it over to Andrews. Finally gets out of the second inning, but the damage is done as St. Louis puts up 5 runs in the second inning, and we're going to the bottom of the second inning. Cardinals 5-0. And leading off will be Adrian Beltre against Edwin Jackson. Beltre, 3 hits so far in the World Series. 14-30. That's a fly ball. Shallow left field. Holiday under it. Makes the catch. 1 away. Steps Nelson Cruz. Here's the pitch for Nelson Cruz. 14-30. That ball's deeper to left field. Back. Holiday just shy of the warning track. Puts the glove up. Makes the catch. 2 away. Matt Holiday been busy here in the second inning. Up steps left-hand hitting David Murphy. 12-25. Bouncer up the middle. Punto grabs it. Smooth throw to first. Nothing across for Texas in the bottom of the second inning. And we're going to the top of the third. St. Louis with a huge cricket number, leading this one 5-0. And up steps Matt Holiday. He started out the last inning with an air. He got on air, and that opened up the floodgates. Got a lot of stuff going. Here's the pitch to Holiday. 21. 21-13. Stood there like the house on the side of the road and watched that one go by. We got 1 away. St. Louis third inning, and up steps Big Puma. Lance Berkman. 66-1. That ball is driven deep right field. That ball back. It might be gone, and that one is gone. Berkman with the home run. And that put St. Louis up 6-0 as Ogando hung it up there, and Berkman hit it out. That'll be his second home run of the series. Now batting is David Freese. 1 out, base is empty. Here's the pitch. Ogando to David Freese. 13-22. That's a catcher number. Once again, the catcher. Fielding 2 on the dice roll. Strikeout. Catcher grabs it, throws it to first base to get the out. Did not handle clean, had to pick it up out of the dirt, but he got Freese out at first base. With 2 outs, up steps Yadier Molina. Walked his last time up. 13-36. RP board 44-36. 36-44 is a 10. It's going to be the shortstop. Big dice. Shortstop. Fielding 1. Out. Short to first. And we are going to the bottom of the third inning. St. Louis looking to tie this series up, as they're down 2-1. This Texas crowd is pretty quiet. Edwin Jackson pitching to Mike Napoli. 35 is a 9. Off the righty. Napoli's a -2. 10 becomes a 12. That's the ground ball. Third baseman grabs it. Nice play by Freese. Over to first. 1 away. First baseman, Mitch Moreland. This will be his first at-bat in this series. 13 is a 22. That's the catcher number. Molina's going to be fielding 1 as he's a 9. He is out on a little short pop-out to the catcher. We got 2 away. Boy, that 22's been coming up quite a bit. Up steps Kinsler, 2 outs, nobody on. Jackson delivers. Kinsler, 44, is an 8. 10 becomes a 12. Base hit, Kinsler. Little single drops into left field. Can Texas get something going as they got to start chipping away? And up steps the shortstop, the right-hand hitter, Elvis Andrews. 65, 35, pops that one up high in the infield. That ball's drifting. Molina's under it. The catcher makes the catch. That is it for Texas. Bottom of the third. We're going top of the fourth with St. Louis leading this one 6-0. And up steps the big hitter in the game, Johnny J. Had a 2-run double. Back in the second inning. Here's the pitch to J. 65-35. Ground ball. Third base Beltre. Backhand. Fire to first. Got him. Got the speedy J out by a half a step. And up steps Nick Punto. Ogando. Wind up and the delivery to Punto. 31. 31 is a 9. Up to grade 12. Ground ball. Third base. Beltre over to first. 2 away. Looks like Ogando settling things down a little bit here. Up steps the leadoff hitter batting for the 3rd time. He has a single and a strikeout for Furcal. 15 is a 10. Off to grade 12. That'll be a little ground ball to the shortstop. Andrews grabs it over to first. Nothing across for St. Louis in the top of the 4th, and we're going bottom of the 4th. Cardinals leading 6-0. And up steps the center fielder, Josh Hamilton. 54, 32. It's a drive. Deep right. Back. At the fence, Craig picks it off the wall. What a catch by Craig out in right field. That ball looks like it might carry out of here. And Craig made a heck of a catch. 1 away. And up steps the designated hitter, Mike Young. 46, 32. Pushes that one out there to right field. Craig under that one. He's been busy out there. 2 up and 2 flyouts to right field. And up steps third baseman, Adrian Beltre. Jackson to Beltre. 15. 15 is an 8. He's handicapped 4. The 10 becomes the 14. Fly ball left field. 3 straight flyouts. Holiday under that one. Pounds his mitt. Makes the catch. We are going to the top of the 5th inning. Up steps right fielder Craig. 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. 31. 31 is a 9. Handicap 3. The 11 becomes a 14, and that is a base hit for Craig. So we got Alan Craig on first base. E31. Average speed. Up steps Albert Pujols. Pujols, 3 for 12 so far. Here's the pitch to Pujols, 43, 29. Struck him out. Fastball. Outside part of the plate. The Y-man got him. So 1 away. And up steps Matt Holiday. Right-hand hitter, Ogando. Righty on righty. 65, 35. Pops it up on the infield. Catcher. Napoli under it. Throws his mask away. Makes the catch. We have 2 away. St. Louis, 5th inning. And up steps Lance Berkman. Last time up hit a long home run. Ogando to Berkman. 13 is a 14. Ball 2. Good control by Ogando. And here's the pitch to Berkman. 53 is a 16. Center field. Hamilton's. He's a 3 out there. Going to make him fielding 1. So 16. Fielding 1. Single to center. Runner to second base. It does drop in, but he holds the runner at second base. So St. Louis kicking up their heels again. They got 2 on, 2 outs, and up steps David Freese. Fouled, a little power ball to the second baseman, and he struck out. Here's the pitch. 2 freeze. 62-13. Oh, he took that one. He was looking for something else, and he struck out. And that is it for St. Louis in the top of the 5th, and we're going bottom of the 5th. Cardinals leading this one 6-0. Edwin Jackson against Nelson Cruz. Here's the pitch, righty on righty. Cruz, 34-31, fly ball, center field. Johnny J backing up in the gap, makes the catch, 1 away. Ball's carrying that time, carrying to center. Up steps David Murphy, grounded out his first time up, 21, fly ball left field. That is 5 flyouts in a row by the Texas Rangers. They're just not flying deep enough. Edwin Jackson pitching well so far. Up steps Napoli, 32-26, ground ball. Second base Punto grabs it over to first. And that is it for Texas in the bottom of the 5th. And we're going top of the 6th inning. St. Louis leading 6-0. Leading off in the St. Louis 6th inning will be Yadier Molina. Here's a walk and a ground out. Ogando. He's going to be pitching long relief today, it looks like. Pitching him up. Yadier Molina. 51 is at 8. Molina is a -2. 11 becomes a 13. That's a fly ball. Center field. Josh Hamilton makes the catch. 1 away. Now batting is Johnny J. 51. 51 is at 8. Off the grade 12. That is a base hit. So Jay's on first base with his second hit of the day. He's a D19. They will not be running up by 6 runs. And up steps Nick Punto. Ogando pitching to Punto, the switch hitter, hitting left-handed. 63-31. Center field, Hamilton. Under it. Makes the catch. 2 away. Back to the top of the order, batting for the 4th time in the 6th inning will be Rafael Furcal. Single, strikeout, ground out, Andy. 15 is a 10. Off the grade 12 with a man on first base. 10. Off the grade 12. That is a 26. Second baseman over to first, and that is the 3rd out. And we are going to the Texas 6, bottom of the 6th. This crowd is quiet because they got 5 runs. St. Louis did back in the 2nd inning. They got the home run in the 3rd inning. They got the 6-0 lead. And leading off will be Mitch Moreland. Jackson delivers. Mitch Moreland, 32-26, ground ball, second base. Punto up the middle, grabs it over to first. What a play by Punto. That ball looked like it might be going into center field. But once he caught it, Moreland doesn't move very fast. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Texas really has to get some runs scoring here. They got to get some offense. 36-33. Why, man? Jackson struck him out. That is the first strikeout today by Edwin Jackson. With 2 outs. Up steps Elvis Andrews. 61-24. Ground ball. 2-hopper for Cal. He grabs it over to first. And that is it. Nothing across for Texas in the bottom of the 6th. And we're going top of the 7th. Score still 6-0. Up steps right fielder Alan Craig. Righty on righty. Alan Craig. 31. 31's to 9. -3. That's a base hit, Craig. 3rd single in a row by Alan Craig. So it looks like St. Louis is making a move. Alan Craig's going to come out of the game. Skip Schumacher's going to come in and run for him. And he will stay in and he will play right field. So they're going to try to get some defense in and up steps Albert Pujols. Van on first. Nobody out. And here's the pitch. Ogando pitching to Pujols. 64 is a 41 with a man on first base. That's a catcher number. 32 is going to put him in fielding 2, so we got a RP board. Man on first, 41 RP board. 4152. That's a 26. That's a team number. 65, team fielding 3. Fall fly out, left field. 1 away. So Pujols is out again. Man on first with 1 out, and up steps Holiday. He's 1 for 14 so far in the World Series. What's he done today? He was safe on that air back in the second inning. That started everything. 34-31, fly ball, center field. Hamilton under it. Makes the catch. 2 away. Now batting is the big Puma. Berkman, a walk, a home run, a single. And 66 is a 1. That ball is driven. That ball is deep, and that one's in the right field seats. And Lance Berkman has just hit his 2nd home run of the day. 3rd home run of the World Series. 2-run shot. And that puts St. Louis up 8-0. And this crowd is starting to boo. So Schumacher scores, Berkman scores, and we have ourselves an 8-0 baseball game here in the top of the 7th inning. And up steps David Freese. Ogando pitching to Freese. 53. 53 is a 20. Second baseman. 56 on to 20. 56. Kinsler's an 8. Second baseman 8. That puts him in fielding 2, and we're going to have an error on the second baseman. Kinsler bobbled it. Could not make the throw. Freese is on first base. And up steps Yadier Molina. Here's the pitch. Ogando to Molina. 43-29. He's out for excessive window shopping. Struck him out. And we're going to the 7th inning stretch with the Cardinals well in command with an 8-0 lead. Okay, it's a 7th inning stretch. It's time to get up and stretch your legs. And if you're Texas fans, hopefully you don't leave the ballpark as your team is losing 8-0. At this point in time, I'll ask you if you have been enjoying the World Series, any of the Hall of Fame games, football, golf, hockey, horse racing. Got a lot of different stuff on the channel. Would like it if you haven't subscribed, if you could. Any likes, any comments? Appreciate it all. So let's get on for the rest of the... They don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Thank you, Kelly.
No problem, Bob.
So as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, Edwin Jackson, he's a grade 10 pitcher, 6 consecutive innings. He goes up to a grade 15 as he is throwing one of the games of his career right now. Game 4 of the 2011 World Series, and up steps Josh Hamilton. And here's the pitch. Jackson to Hamilton. 44 is a 7. That one drops in the left field. A little opposite field single for Josh Hamilton. We got a base runner for Texas. That is their 3rd hit of the day, as nothing's been coming easy for him. And up steps Mike Young, the designated hitter. 33 is a 6. That ball is hit hard. That ball's right down the left field line in the corner. Hamilton's going to stop at third base as Young pulls into second base with a double. So 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out. They're going to play the infield deep. Up steps Adrian Beltre. And here's the pitch. Jackson to Beltre. 65 is a 35. 2nd and 3rd. 35. First baseman. Over in foul territory. Makes the catch. Little pop-up. Pujols ran it down. So we got 1 out. 2nd and 3rd. And up steps Nelson Cruz. Trying to put Texas on the board. The infield is deep. Jackson, righty on righty. Pitching to Cruz. 44 is an 8. off to grade 15, goes up to a grade 20. 8 off to grade 20. That is the base hit. Is Cruz a pull hitter? He is not. Single over first. Right field, 46. So the right fielder has the 31 arm. We got the 15 seat, 16. 16 off to 46. 30 chance. But when you're down by that many runs, he's just going to stop at third base. Can't risk anybody throwing out. So now we got him first and third. And up steps Murphy. And Jackson trying to fight through the inning here. First and third, one out. Left-hand hitter up. Here's the pitch to Murphy. 51 is a 9. He's the +2 off the righty. So 9 off the 13. First and third. Grade 13, 9. That is going to be a single over the shortstop's head. And we got a timeout. As the run scores, runner stops at second base. It's 8-2. Boy, Jackson was cruising around to the 7th inning stretch. In the bottom of the 7th inning, he started getting rat-a-tatted here. He gave up 4 hits. So we got a pitching change. Coming in to pitch will be Mitchell Boggs, the right-hander. He's a grade 11 with a Y. This is his second appearance in the World Series as he pitched 1 inning in a game so far. So we got first and second. Up steps Napoli. Boggs, 11, goes up to a 16. He's a grade 18 to Napoli. With 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. Grade 18. Here's the pitch to Napoli. 35 is a 9. 9 off the grade 18 pitcher. That is going to be the 26. Little pop out. Second base. Second out of the inning. Now we're up to the number 9 hitter, is Texas. Trying to get back in the game here somehow. They need a big hit from Mitch Moreland. Boggs to the left-hand hitting. Moreland, fly ball, left field, under it, Holiday. Makes the catch. And that is it for Texas in the bottom of the 7th inning. They get 2, and we go top of the 8th inning. St. Louis still in command, 8-2. New pitcher coming in for Texas. It will be Scott Feldman coming in to pitch. He's the right-hander. He's a 7 with a Y. And leading off against him will be Johnny J. Here's the pitch. Feldman, the righty, to the left-hand hitting Johnny J. 12 to 25. Ground ball, second base grabbed. Kinsler over to first. 1 out. And the Cardinal, 8th inning. And up steps Nick Punto. Punto, 55 is at 8. That ball's going to drop into left field. Punto's on first base. So 1 out. Punto on first base. And up steps Rafael Furcal. Here's the pitch to Furcal. Switch hitter. 23. 23 is a 27. Third base. 16. That's going to be fielding. 1 at third base. Beltre grabs it over to second. Over to first. Round the horn, double play. And that is it for St. Louis in the top of the 8th. And we're going to the bottom of the 8th. St. Louis leading this one 8-2. And looks like Boggs is going to start the 8th inning. And leading off will be the right-hand hitter, Kinsler. He is 1 for 3 today. Here's the pitch to Kinsler, 26. It's a 12. Little bouncer to the first baseman. Race to the bag. Pujols wins that one. 1 away. Into Texas, 8th inning. What a dreadful game for the home team here in Texas. Up steps Elvis Andrus, 65, 35. Ground ball, third base freeze. Guns at the first. 2 away. In the Texas 8th inning. And now batting is Josh Hamilton. He has 2 hits today so far. 54-32. Pulls that one. Deep right. Craig. No, Schumacher back. He's in for Craig. He's under it. He makes the catch. And we're going to the 9th inning. St. Louis leading at 8-2. So Skip Schumacher up the bat for the first time as he come in there to run earlier in the game for Craig, and he stayed out there and played right field. And Feldman out to pitch his 2nd inning. And up steps the right-hander against the left-hand batter against the right-hand pitcher, Schumacher. 32-26, ground ball, second base Kinsler, over to first. 1 away. In the Cardinal, 9th inning, as the Cardinals have the huge lead, looking to even the series up. Feldman to Pujols, 65-35, little chopper, third base. Beltre grabs it, over to first. 2 away. And up steps Matt Holiday. What's Holiday done today? He's on the air, strikeout, popped out to the catcher and flew out to center, so he is 0 for 4. Here's the pitch to Holiday. 21 is a 13, a mighty swing, a strikeout. And that is it for St. Louis in the top of the 9th, and we're going to the bottom of the 9th. Texas needing a bunch of runs here. And let's see what St. Louis is going to do for pitching. So coming in to close this game up for the St. Louis Cardinals will be Jason Mott. He pitched in the first game. He pitched to 1 inning. So he's in here to try and get the last 3 outs and preserve the 6-run lead and tie the series up at 2 games apiece. Batting first will be the DH Mike Young. So Mott, righty on righty, pitching Young, 24-13. Extreme heat struck him out. 1 up, 1 away. In the Texas 9th inning. And up steps Adrian Beltre. 61's a 24. Ground ball to the shortstop. Furcal up with it over to first. 2 up and 2 away in the Texas 9th inning. And now batting is outfielder, right fielder Nelson Cruz. 55 is an 8. Grade 15 becomes a grade 20. 8 off the grade 20 will be a fly ball. Left field. Under it is Holiday. Makes the catch. And that is the final out of the day here in the ballpark in Arlington. As St. Louis comes back strong. Wins this one 8-2. And after committing 7 errors in yesterday's game, no errors today. The only 2 errors in this one is by Texas. So I'll be back in a minute with the happy totals for the St. Louis Cardinals. So as the 51,539 Texas fans leave the ballpark in a very disappointing game, as St. Louis wins this one 8-2, I'll go down the totals for the game. So St. Louis had 8 runs, 11 hits. They made no errors today. They left 5 men on base. Texas had 2 runs and 6 hits. They made 2 errors, and they left 4 men on base. Pitching today for St. Louis, Edwin Jackson, 6 in the 3rd inning, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. After Jackson ran into trouble for 7th inning, give up the 2 runs, Boggs come in and pitch 1 2/3 innings, and Mott come in to close it up. There was no holds or no saves in this one, as it was a pretty sizable lead for Texas. Holland started the game, 1 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them were earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. It all started with an error on the catcher, and it just went downhill from there. Ogando came in relief. He pitched 5 in the 3rd inning, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. And Feldman, he pitched the last 2 innings, giving up 1 hit and a strikeout. Home runs today. The home runs in the day was St. Louis. It was Berkman Day. Lance Berkman had 2 home runs in the game today. He has 3 in the World Series so far. Extra base hits. St. Louis had a double by Jay, a double by Punto, and then Texas had a double by Hamilton and a double by Young. Top hitter today for St. Louis for the winners was Craig, the right fielder. He was 3 for 4 today with an RBI. And then Berkman was absolutely the biggest hitter, as he was 3 for 3 with a walk. And he had the 2 home runs. So the star of the game for St. Louis was Berkman. And then for the home team, Hamilton had 2 hits for Texas. So with the series tied 2 games apiece, we had 1 game left here in Texas. And that'll be tomorrow, and that'll be Chris Carpenter. He'll be making his second start for St. Louis in the World Series. And they'll be going up against C.J. Wilson, who pitched a heck of a game back in Game 1. So that'll be Game 5 in Texas before this thing switches back to St. Louis. So that is it here from Bay City, Michigan. Tigerbob here with the 2011 World Series. Hope you made it to the end. If you made it to the end, hope you enjoyed it, and hope you check out Game 5 coming here in a couple days. So that is it. And as always, keep playing Apba baseball. I believe Apba makes the most fun sports games out there. Have a great day. Bye.